Good morning. We're going that way. Another early one for you. Got on the trail about 5:10. It's a little chillier this morning. I think in part because camp is in a bit of a valley. And of course next to a little stream. It's very humid. As we know. But slept all right last night as well. And I appreciate when it gets a little chillier at night. Not cold, but a little chillier is nice. It's more comfortable to sleep. That's all for now. I think the camera can maybe just barely get a couple of pinpoints of light. But it's really clear out. There's no moon. There's a lot of stars. Check it out. 6:30 in the morning. It's just now twilight, and I made it to Klepsig Mill. I'm glad it is twilight because I wouldn't have wanted to pass this in the dark. I've been here before, but of course you always want to see it again. And this is the mill building. I think technically I'm standing where water would have been diverted to spin the turbine. Something like that. And here's the inside of the mill house. Mill house? Is that where that comes from? I don't think the selfie mode has image stabilization, so I apologize for that. I'll do my best, but I'm just cruising along here north of Klepsig Mill while the grade is flat and easy, relatively speaking. A lot fewer rocks. And it runs along a creek. So it's a pretty scenic spot. Sorry, spiderweb. They make such intricate webs, I feel bad knocking it down, but I mean, there's been some big webs with big spiders that I've walked around because I didn't see any point in messing with that. But sometimes these little guys, they can't be avoided. That's all right. Another note is this is definitely the time of year for mushrooms. I have seen probably, mean, I'm not a mycologist, right? But I've seen at least 12 different looking types of mushrooms. And they all look pretty fresh and not rotten, so they've definitely come up. Speaking of 12, I've probably seen about 12 or 13 whitetails by now. I think 2 bucks in total, but most of them are does, I think. So, a nice, easy crossing. Just cruising along this great big field. There's so much fog this morning. Not down low, but it's still in some of those treetops over there. And down there you can hear the current river and maybe just barely see it move just a little bit. There's so much fog sitting in this little valley. You can almost hear it probably on video. It's condensing on all the tree leaves and kind of dripping a little bit. Sounds like it's raining. We're gonna make our way down there. Look at that. Okay, currently I'm going across the current river. You can see it right down there. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, I'm happy to report I finally hit 10 miles and it was only 9:33, so finally did it. I just finished up the current river section and I'm on the north side of that big highway. I guess it's 106, and about to start, I believe it's the Blair Creek section. So making great progress, and I met a nice older couple. They are retired, and Liz and John, and they live around here in the area, and they were just camping down by the gravel bar in their van. And those were the first 2 people I had really seen this whole trip so far. There were some dirt bikers that drove by one time, but we didn't stop to talk or anything. So that's, the first people you have a conversation with. That's kind of crazy. And they walked with me for maybe a half mile or a little more, because they were just taking a morning walk. They happened to be in the same direction I was going. So I thanked John and Liz, and that was nice and encouraging. And for now, I'm gonna have some more food, drink some more water, and then get back to it. Classic Ozark Trail view down there. Onward. Oh yeah. I don't know exactly what they are, but they are graceful. See what I'm talking about? You gotta let these guys do their thing. Checking in again. It's about 11:30. Just taking another break, resting my feet and having a snack. It's really peaceful in this area. Several miles in on Blair Creek now, just going north. Good afternoon. Not much going on, just trucking along through the forest. Plenty of water in Blair's Creek section, so that's been nice. Haven't had to carry much. And just came across this forest road and took a break right over there and had a snack and some electrolyte water. So I think it's about 1:30 and gonna keep going. Oh, and last night I didn't record, I don't think, but I had peak refuel beef marinara. So that's basically like spaghetti and beef. Really good. It says Blair's Creek Cemetery. From a logistical perspective, we are deeply in the middle of nowhere, so it's interesting that there would be a cemetery. I've passed that before, and you have to think the community that started it is probably lived around here. But I think there's a lot of communities like that in Missouri that, you know, maybe as far back as the early 1900s or the late 1800s, we were just people, groups of people living out in these hills, and I don't know, subsistence farming? I'm not really sure, but definitely a piece of history. Well, I didn't see a way to rock hop over this one, so this is what it takes. It definitely looks like someone's hidey hole. Well, it's kind of messy down here, but just walking along. Blair Creek goes next to this section for quite a while, hence the name. But it's kind of on again, off again as far as whether you can see it or get to it from the trail. And we got somewhere between 5 and 8 more miles depending today. Feeling pretty good, a little hungry, but I'm also getting really close. See, there's Blair Creek right there. Getting really close to Brushy Creek Lodge with my resupply, so I'm not worried. I had to redo a little bit of anti-chafe tape that I had on my heel after the creek crossing because the water just made the adhesive go this kaput just wouldn't stick to my heel anymore. And you know how that is. You got to take care of your feet. You can't really ignore the problem. So I had to sit down and get out the gear and do the whole thing. But that's all right. It's just how it is. And it still feels good after reapplying. So I'm going to keep going. Anybody know what that means? Luther Eula McIntyre home place. Who used to live here? I saw like a little bit of a foundation corner left or something. So I guess there used to be a home, but who are they? Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the entrance to Moria, right? It's gotta be. Huge bluff. Huge bluff. Oh yeah, and don't forget this old root cellar thing. Okay, this is a big moment. I just passed mile marker 100 on my map. And it's fitting because I'm at this really nice area on top of a big hill. There's a huge climb up from Blair Creek, but it's actually really nice up here. I've probably just less than 2 miles left, and that'll make it a long day. I'll do a recap later and figure out how much I walked. But yeah, mile marker 100. We are chewing it up. All right, I'm definitely done today. I'm glad this spot on the map was what I thought it was, which was a nice flat area with good strong trees. It's a good campsite. My watch says 26.24 miles, so I guess that makes it a walking marathon day. The map is maybe just shy of that, but you know, it's just mile markers estimating. So anyway, I'm just a little bit shy of mile 102 starting from the southern end, so it's going really good, and it's time to eat. That is a peak refueled chicken pesto pasta. Don't worry about the looks. It tastes great. Just like all backpacking meals. The ones we like.